that time they asked me, what do you want to talk about? At this time, the second time he asked me, Mr. King asked me, do you want to talk about, what do you want to talk about this time? I had no clue. What do I talk about? Do I say the same thing like last time? I thought, I'll tell you my story again, but just a little variation. So my story starts in August 1998, standing outside midnight, outside the US Embassy in Chennai, in India. Okay, at midnight, imagine that there are 50 people waiting in line in front of me, and the embassy opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we're all standing in line. In the United States, you wait only for an iPhone when it comes out outside Best Buy. Okay, so we go through line, and I get my visa. The lady says, I can give you only 6 months to come to the United States. I said, that's good enough, So I came here, never went back for 7 years. Okay. So got on the plane, landed in Chicago O'Hare Airport, and I remember when that plane is circling Chicago O'Hare Airport, I looked down and I said, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it in this country. So I walk out of the double doors. I lift my hands up and say, take a deep breath, the breath of freedom. And what do you think happens? This is November 1st in Chicago, a guy coming from a tropical country, wearing linen with sandals in Chicago in midwinter. I thought I was going to die. So from there, then, cable had just come to India at that time. The cable had just come. We didn't have cable before that. And I'd seen all these advertisements about McDonald's. Okay, so never had a hamburger before in my life. I've seen these, sesame seed encrusted buns with that red onion in there and a tomato sauce, ketchup coming down the side. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be heaven. So I go there in midwinter, walk through, get the hamburger, come home, and open the wrapping. Before I'm opening the wrapping, I can hear this music. Ta-ta-ta-da. I'm opening this wrapping, and I'm pretty sure this is how Moses felt when the waters parted in the Red Sea. So opened it, and then it looks like somebody sat on it. But that was my first and last McDonald's. Then from there, I took the next flight to Raleigh, and then to 117 North Brown Street in Little Washington. Okay. So that's when I first fell in love with North Carolina. The reason being, you walk around, I don't know, most of you might have had this experience too. You walk around and people will say, hello, how are you? And I would look around and say, who the heck are they talking to? I don't know these people, So, and then I would have all these responses memorized. I would say, when they say, hello, how are you? I'm supposed to say, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. And then when they say thank you, I'm supposed to say, you're welcome. So the next time somebody said, hello, how are you? I would say, you're welcome, because I would get confused which one to say. So, came through all of that, and then went for residency in, St. Louis University. All of you have had some bad experiences too, and I have had my share of bad experiences. 7th day in residency, I walk into the patient's room, and the patient says, I don't want to be treated by any foreigners. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the 7th day in my residency, and somebody's saying this. I thought, oh, this is what my life is going to be, because you have all read the Civil War, slavery, and all of that, and you're thinking, okay, this is the South, you're going to get killed. So I walk out, I'm all flustered. I walk out and I tell my attending at that time, it was Jay Muller. He's a 6'2" blonde, a blue-eyed guy, and I tell him, this is the thing. He said that, can you send some regular American in? He said he gets all red, and he says, come with me. So he walks inside. He said, sir, we don't have any Native Americans on staff. We killed all of them. So he said, this is inappropriate behavior, leave. And the guy said, no, I'm having chest pain. He said, I don't care. This is inappropriate behavior, leave. So that's the yin and the yang. I mean, you have, it made me